These babies, these children, the young minds are being attacked. So I had the opportunity to watch this video that one of my fashion friends had sent me, and they wanted to know, oh my god, Emore'J, what do you think about this? What is your opinion? Have you seen this video? Have you seen newest trend or new trend, homo thug, kids, teens, whatever? And when I watched this video, literally everything within my stomach just clenched and tightened together. It felt like somebody took a sledgehammer and hit me in my stomach, and everything that was down deep within wanted to be uprooted and shot out through my mouth, because I was clearly stunned, at loss for words, just shocked, grossed out, and everything. To see these young babies, these young tots for Christ, speak with such passion, such authority, and such confidence about sucking D-I-C-K, I literally almost passed out when I saw this video. I could not believe it. It made me angry. It made me want to know who the parents were. It made me want to know, why would World Star Hip Hop, and why do they continue to air things like this? I just had so many questions, and I'm like, I just have to get this out of my system. I have to talk about this to somebody. I have to just discuss this with my fashion friends because they're talking about it, so I want to just talk about it myself and give my own opinion about this, because clearly I was just blown when I saw it, okay? So, you know, besides from watching this video, because we're going to talk about that, I saw the reactions of the people, of the public. And when I saw the reactions, honestly, I could not agree with anybody's reaction that I saw. I couldn't agree with anybody's video response that I seen, because it's like, they're not hitting the mark for me. They're not hitting the nail. They're not hitting the nail on the head for me. Because everybody, they're taking it from two different perspectives. And neither one of the perspectives I agree with or I like. The gay perspective. This is what the gays are doing to our kids. This is what the gays are doing to our young black men. This is what the black men are turning into. This is what young black males, young black females have to choose from with this young generation. Then we have this perspective over here, which I clearly don't agree with. They are young people. They are entitled to express themselves. They're just expressing themselves. We should be happy that they're honest and they're confident in who they are. You're crazy and you're a fool. And let me tell you why. Because first of all, you're crazy because if you think that a whole gay community, a whole black gay community, that everybody walks around talking about sucking D-I-C-K, cum guzzling, deep throating cock, sucking cock down to the pubic hairs, I mean just literally just bashing, thrashing our throats on penises like we live for this on a daily basis, then you're absolutely crazy. If you think that just because somebody is gay, that they have to, that somebody is gay, that these perversions are something that just is second nature for us? Do you really think that about the gay community? Do you think that there are no positive role models in the gay community? That there are no people in the gay community that have been molested, sexually abused, and things like this, that are trying to turn situations like that around? Do you not think that there are any vocal leaders in this type of gay community, in the black gay community, that are opposed against stuff like this? So I don't like it when people automatically just think that that since gay has now become so accepted, and since gay has now been, in my opinion, twisted in the mainstream of America to something that is totally not, to my opinion, that something is disgusting, because only time that we're portrayed on TV or in the magazines or in the media is if we're voguing down, honey, or if we're fighting, or if we're just chow cheese, honey, or if we're DL thugs, or if we're down low men with HIV. That's the only way that gay men in the black community is portrayed. I don't agree with that. I don't like that. You're totally wrong. Now on to crazy. Let me tell you why. No, the fool. About that. If you think by these kids are being confident in who they are and standing up for themselves and being honest about this type of stuff, that this is a great thing, then you're absolutely crazy. You're absolutely crazy, because you're missing the mark, you're missing the message, and you're not even watching the video clearly. This is not people expressing themselves. This is not young people expressing themselves. This is a cry out for help. Do you actually think that a 12-year-old in their right God-given mind, if you remove all this impurities out of their mind, that a 12-year-old wants to walk around talking about sucking D-I-C-K from men they don't know? That is a cry out for help. That is no expressing of themselves. Expressing myself when I was in middle school was me wearing feathers and boas to school, and this is a fashion statement, honey. Not me having to give head to every dude on the basketball team or walk around every 5 minutes. I love to give blowjobs. I'm the best head giver in this school, honey. I'm just expressing myself. I'm here. I'm queer. I'm done for the gods, honey. Yes, I love giving head. You know, if there's a penis in the room, there's my mouth on the penis. I mean, that is not expressing yourself. That is clearly a cry for help, and it's clearly showing that there's a huge bulk of insecurity, low self-esteem, and just no self-worth in that whole situation. It really saddens me. And you know, if this was my kids, if this was my child, you know, a lot of people would not agree with me when I say this, but if this was my child, and I was to see this video of my child saying these type of things, embarrassing himself, degrading himself and his body, degrading and embarrassing his family, he would not have any legs tomorrow for school. He wouldn't barely have any teeth in his mouth except two to chew. And that's all he would have in his mouth, because I would literally take that cell phone and bash him in the back of his throat. The same throat that he uses to deep throat, give blowjobs, and give head to, that would be the throat that I would bash in. Because you're, one, not going to portray and carry yourself in this manner. And two, after I finish bashing your throat in, we're going to have a talk. And we're going to talk about your self-worth and your self-esteem, because obviously there's something on my part that, as me, as a parent, that I missed, that I didn't say to you. So one, I'm gonna bash my own self, and I'm gonna beat myself, because for me even allowing my child to get to this point, there's a problem. And for me not even to see it. So obviously there's some chapter in my child's life that I'm not involved in, because clearly I'm the parent, not your friend, so I need to be involved in everything in your life that concerns you. If you feel what I'm saying. Because if you're being a parent, which you shouldn't be their friends, parents, I'm talking to you, you would know what's going on in your child's life. But that goes back to, what are you allowing your child to do when you're not there? That goes back to allowing to see how involved you are. Are you communicating with your children? Are you talking to your kids? Are you asking them about certain things or certain feelings they may be having? Are you explaining sex to them? Are you giving them the real talk? Or are you trying to be their friend and have sex with them, smoke with them, have sex parties with them? Because it is happening. I mean, people parents these days aren't parents. They're just jump off buddies these days. And when you have a jump off buddy, your child will say anything to you and do anything in front of you, which I don't agree with. I think, besides from bashing my kids' heads in, and you know, and here's another opinion about this too. If world star hip hop, and I'm not blaming them, because there's so many other trifling and nasty ones just like them that airs things like this, which in my opinion is child perversion, just being displayed to the public, which it really is. If my time drops, we will clock the T and jump back onto this boat again. But if world star hip hop is so adamant about exposing them, I'm just using world star hip hop for example, but if we're so quick to expose them in the media, why can't we send this type of video footage over to athletes and entertainers and say, you know what, this is clearly a cry for help. How about we as media, we as rappers and artists and things, take some of these young people, because let's just be real about this. Exclude the penis, and even if they were talking about, I'm going to clock your T real quick, because I know there's some queen out there that's going to say, well, if they was talking about vagina, they was talking about, you know, selling drugs and this and that, you know, nobody would be complaining about it. I would still complain about it, because one, they shouldn't be talking about this at this age. Nothing sexually related, period, anything they shouldn't be talking about, because first of all, you don't even know what half of that stuff is going to do to your body once you start having sex in the first place. So that's something I would clock too. I'm clocking that right now. But we see that there is talent there, so why not go under a positive role model or a positive influence in the industry and be molded the right way? I understand, brother, that you have talent, my young baby, so let me show you how to better use this talent. Rather than talking about sucking somebody's DICK down to the pubic hairs that you don't know, let's channel and transfer this energy to something positive that's going to uplift you in the future. Because if you want to think about it, let's just think about this. All that you're doing, all the sex that you're talking about blowing off and that you're having, you would not be no good for anybody before you even reach the age of 21. What man, what decent man would want to marry you as his husband, and your throat is worn out, your anus is just as open as the ocean and just the Atlantic, honey. We're swimming, we're diving, we're jumping on through. You're just that open, you're just that loose. You have no respect for yourself. You don't even know how to carry yourself as a young man. You don't know. So who's gonna want you? Nobody. So let's talk about how to better take care of yourself, how to channel all of this sexual energy into something positive. Because I don't think there's anything wrong with them rapping, or I don't think there's anything wrong with their music talents, because, you know, they were lyrically, you know, inclined, I guess. But talk about something else that's going to uplift you, because look at how the media is going to portray you now. Look at how the media is going to portray groups of young other gay men such as yourselves, or other masculine gay men. Look how they're not going to categorize you and play you. That's what these rappers, I'm not just saying these rappers, but just anybody in the entertainment industry that wants to capitalize and change these young boys' lives, that's something that we could do. Take them under your wing, do a brother-to-brother type of thing, and just groom them the right way, and let them know there's nothing wrong with being gay at all. It's a beautiful thing that you're confident in who you are, but you don't have to conduct and carry yourself like that and to get attention or to get the public's eye. And it's so sad that the only way our young black kids can be put into the media, or that can be put out there on the forefront of pages and magazines, is that either if they twerking, or if they fighting, or if they sexing. And it's so sad, but we have to be about changing that. So that's kind of why I did this video, to talk to you guys about that, and just to get this off of my, you know, off of my chest. And I'm not saying that I was politically correct and everything, because I know there's some people out there that don't agree with beating their kids. I do. You know, I don't mind taking a chair, a cell phone, or anything that I can to one of my kids who I feel like who needs it. Now, I'm not saying this because there are some trifling persons out there that just beat their kids for no reason. Like, girl, that girl did not deserve to be kicked in the throat like that. You know, there are some situations as to just where, in my opinion, and this is once again my opinion, is where you gotta go, you knew you was wrong, and you knew you was gonna get that hit when you got to that parking lot, right? So that's just me, you know. I came out fine. Or did I? But anyway, I just wanted to kind of just share those thoughts with you, and have you guys seen the video? What do you guys think about it? And what do you guys think about those responses? And I hope that I was kind of clear with my opinion. I know I can be all over the place. I know I can be animated. I know I can speak fast. But what do you guys think about that? And for the ones that will say negative things about, you know, me being a gay man and things like that, if you have to have those comments, keep them to yourself. I mean, or take them somewhere else. Start your own video. How about that? You know, but we want to talk about something a little bit more positive at the same time as well. We're just addressing these young people that honestly just need to get their life groomed and polished. Each one teach one, girl.